Hope your day's been good. Hope you've been practicing the daily discipline routine that I've been teaching now for quite some time. If you're new to my YouTube channel, I really appreciate you coming on. My name is Jonathan O'Halloran. I'm a mentor and a teacher, and I teach people how to change their lives. And one of the ways that I do that is by first getting them to practice what I call daily discipline. I've got a daily discipline routine which is available free online for everyone and anyone that wants to practice it, and I'll explain more about that throughout this live stream. Another way that I help people is by building confidence, by facing their anxiety, setting goals, having a vision, getting a mentor, being around supportive, positive relationships, and so much more. So in today's live stream, I want to teach you and explain to you how to change your life by changing yourself. And I had a realization quite a few years ago, guys and girls, and I was in my own thoughts, in my own heart, because I love success, I love positivity, I love people that come from a struggling place but find the strength and the courage and the mentors to turn their life around and become a better person, and, you know, be kinder and give back to people and live their dreams, because that's what I've done in my life. And Les Brown, amazing human being, helped me to do that when I was really struggling. So I love this whole world of, you know, really the Rocky story. You know, any story where you've been an underdog, you've been down, you've been defeated, you've been judged, you've been made to feel that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not attractive enough. People have told you these things. I love seeing good people rise and turn their life around. And I also love people who share their story, and I like sharing my story because stories can change people's lives. The stories can, you know, end people's lives depending on the stories that they listen to and the stories that they tell themselves. So the realization I had was, it came one day, I can't remember what time it was, that's not that important, but it was like, everybody wants to change their life, right? Obviously, no one really deep down wants to be unhappy. Everyone would like to be happy in their life and successful. And again, success can be defined in many ways, but I put success down to how kind you are, you know, how much gratitude you've got in your own heart, what you can give to others, and all the other stuff is a bonus. So everybody wants to change their life, but most people don't want to change themselves. And I was like that when I started. I was stubborn, had a lot of pride. I was a good person, had a good heart, but I was selfish. I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't grateful enough. My attitude was not great. And that's why I struggled. And I wanted to change my life, but I didn't want to change myself. And you can't. You know, the two go hand in hand. So, you know, I understand it's language, and people say, well, I want to change my life and I'm going to lose 30 pounds, and that's great, and I teach people how to do that. But you have to take responsibility. You've got to realize that if you don't change yourself, your life isn't going to change, because your life is really, your life, most of it, right, is a projection of you. It's how you feel, it's your thoughts, it's your acts, it's your deeds, it's your habits. But if you hear that in a negative way, you're going to be like, oh, that's terrible, I don't want to do all this, or, you know. But it's actually very positive. It actually frees you. Just being in the mindset and go, you know what, I'm gonna commit to that. I'm not gonna blame other people anymore. I'm gonna take responsibility, and I'm gonna start to change myself, and I'm gonna go through how you can do that. The questions are working here. I always get this anxiety that the chat's not gonna work, and then people can't ask me questions, because I like people asking questions and answering, so that I'm not just doing all the talking, because I really enjoy mentoring people in person, but obviously this is what we've got today with the technology, so we'll make use of it and appreciate it. If you could let me know in the chat that you're here, so I know it's working. One of you just comment in the chat, just so I know that it is working, because I've had an issue before where people are commenting and it's not showing up. Recently it's been working fine. Let me try and comment in the chat, make sure. It should be working. Okay, so, you know, how do you change your life? And I'm going to get into that now. I've done quite a lot of videos today. I did a whole article that I wrote. I posted it on Instagram, my YouTube, on the community section. You can read it, and that's actually underneath this video. So I don't have my notes to go over it. I made a big thing. So I think the first way you change your life is by having the courage to admit that. Well, having the courage to admit your insecurities and your fears and the fact that, it's not working for you without judging yourself. That's, confession. Basically, the first way that you change your life and change yourself is by confessing your fears. It's always about fear. Fear gets in the way. Fear holds people back until they overcome it, use it, and, get a better relationship with it. So the honesty is the best policy. The second one is you need a goal, you need a vision, because what does it look like if you want to change your life? Changing your life, changing yourself, it's a wonderful thing, but that's very ambiguous, it's very vague. So I would say to someone, if you want to change your life, you've got to get in shape. You've got to go to the gym, you've got to build discipline, you've got to lose weight and get in shape and start eating healthy. And that is so obvious advice. It's available everywhere, but again, very few people have got the discipline to do it. So you've got to sit down and practice the daily discipline habits that I practice every day. And I teach it in all my paid mentorship programs to my clients and on all the free platforms. And anyone that I speak to who's respectful, kind and open, who asks me, I'll share my story with them. So daily discipline is about when you wake up in the morning, making your bed, having that good attitude. It's the little simple things that most people underlook and they just think they're not important, because a lot of people in the mindset, making my bed is not important, I want to make £1 million. All right, but if you can't make your bed due to lack of self-respect and not having the discipline to do that and being basically having a bad attitude, then you're not going to make £1 million. Or let's say you do make the £1 million, great, you won't have the character to sustain it, you're going to lose all the money, or the money's going to make you depressed, you're not going to have a good relationship and attitude with money, with life. So making the bed every day would strengthen your character, and you can't be successful in every way, financially, mentally, emotionally. And a lot of people don't say this, and some do, which is great. But when I say successful, I'm not just talking about for yourself to make a lot of money or to lose weight or to have nice clothes and things like that. They have their place. Not really. Success is about what you can give back to the world, what you can give to people. And I don't mean that we're just saying that because it sounds good, it sounds like a nice thing to say. I really mean that from my heart. So if you want to be successful and you want to give and be a better person and give through your skills, your talent, your business, or just from your own heart, just being kind day to day, then you've got to be in a good place yourself. I mean, you don't have to be in a good place yourself to be kind to people, but it's a lot easier. So for me, success is about what you can give, not what you can get. But when you give a lot because you're successful and you're happy, you receive massive amounts. And that's why a lot of successful people get a lot, and people say they're greedy or they're just about money or they're just about, but they don't realize most of the time it's not because they're greedy, it's because they're kind. They're multiplying because they're giving their time. They're creating products and services that are solving problems in the market. They're motivating people. They're doing a lot of charity when no one's looking. They're doing good things. They're living good. They're looking after themselves. They're bringing positive energy around people. And that's why they're attracting good things are coming back. Whereas people that are in a selfish state, and I was there myself about 15 years ago, they're not giving anything. And I get that, and I'm compassionate towards that because I've been in that place. But you can't stay there if you want to be happy. You've got to take responsibility. When I was in that place, I was suffering from mental health problems. I was going through suicidal thoughts, intrusive thoughts, demons, thoughts, and I was in agony. And I was a kind person. I was like that by heart and the way I was brought up. But I was in such a space of pain that I was selfish. I was only thinking about myself. I was not even thinking about what can I give to people because I just felt worthless. But that wasn't true. That was a lie. So a lot of times people are not directly doing it because they're bad people, but it's because they're not aware of it, because they're so stuck in their own pain. And that's my passion, to share my story, to do the best I can, to help people, to help themselves to get out of that pain and live a better life. So that's another explanation in how you change your life, by changing yourself. Another one is you've got to want to change. It's easy to say, yeah, I want to be successful and happy. But you've got to mean it. You've got to mean it from your heart. Otherwise, change is not going to come. It cannot be fake. You can't lie about it. You can't just say it because you want people to be impressed or to like you. You have to say it from your heart. Otherwise, change is not going to happen. I hope that you're not commenting. I can't see it because I really want to get to your questions and see how everyone's doing. Could one of you just let me know in the comment section, so I know that the chat's working. Actually, let me share this on Facebook too. I'm really enjoying the stream. Ah, brilliant! Thank you for commenting. Now this, I always feel a big sense of relief when the chat is working. Can I ask you what your daily exercise habits are? Yeah, of course you can. Go ahead, ask me. Ask me, go on. I can't hear you. No, I'm just joking. I'll tell you. I actually wrote it on an Instagram post. I put it all out for free, so people can use it and get great results, or they can try it. So my daily exercise habits are. I mix the routine up. It's very simple. So I work out on the boxing bag. I don't know if you're subscribed to my channel. If you're getting a lot of value, I'd be really grateful if you could. If you go on my YouTube channel now, you'll see my routine. I upload a lot of videos and on Instagram. But I'll tell you now. So I work out on the boxing bag. I do that for about 30 minutes minimum. Sometimes an hour and a half, but usually about 30 minutes. So that's my routine. And after I do that, I usually do a light weight training workout because it adds on to the intensity of the boxing, and the two go together for me really well. So that's the routine that I do. Another day I'll alternate it. I'll go for a run in the park about between 30 to 45 minutes, an hour max. And I did a lot of that last summer and just recent. Loads of videos I've done online that you can see, inspiring men and women to lose weight, get in shape. Then I do swimming. So I fluctuate between boxing, weight training, swimming and running. And on any given day, I will follow my intuition and my heart and do what I'm excited and passionate to do. So that's my routine. No, I wouldn't stay away from carbs. I don't do those sorts of extreme diets, although there's nothing wrong with that. I do eat carbohydrates, but I just eat clean. My diet's very simple. Most of what I eat is healthy food, veg, fruits, lean meats, fish, blueberries, water, tea. I just keep it very simple. So yeah, that's another way that I help my clients, and that you can change your life, guys. If you change your diet, and if you no, I'm not on medication anymore. I used to be on medication, and I got off medication a couple of years ago, so I don't need medication anymore. My medication now is teaching, is mentoring other people, and living each day in gratitude, friends, family, drinking coffee, going to the gym, eating healthy, and a lot of the coaching that I do, the mentorship with my clients. So that's another way that I mentor my clients on how to change their life. I wasn't taking any of them. Anyway, I'm going to move on from the topic now, but I appreciate your question. So I shared on the live stream the other day, and I've actually done a YouTube video that I'll upload, and you can watch that. And in that video, actually, I talk about my medication and the recovery and how I got off medication. So that video will be up soon. So moving on. So another way to change your life is getting a mentor. A lot of people are under a belief and illusion that they can change their life without having a mentor. And in my experience, that's not possible. I don't know any successful person who becomes successful and lives a life of gratitude and has inspired people and lived an amazing life without a mentor. And I couldn't have done it without mentors, and I help my clients to do it. So people that want to change their life, that need to change themselves, they really need to invest in a mentor. You need mentors. Very, very important, because a mentor gives you that help and support you need. gives you the right environment, the experience, and tells you the truth about where you're going wrong and where you need to get it right. And you know, that's so important. Oh yeah, definitely. The animals is really helpful for mental health. You're right. Animals are great like that. I find dogs and cats is very good. You're right for mental health. They're great for that. Okay. So another way that you change your life is by really focusing on what you can give as opposed to what you can get, and that is a discipline which takes a lot of practice, because the normal state that most people are in is that they always want to get things from people. They want approval. If it's not money, if it's not validation, if it's not to climb the social ladder, they want things from people, and that's a very unhappy place to live. Now, of course, everybody falls into that place once in a while, but having discipline and gratitude, what I teach, it teaches you to recognize if you fall into that place and to get out. So giving is probably, giving is the best thing that you can do, and it helps a lot with everything in life. It makes you feel good. It's good to give, and that takes a lot of courage to give. I always say it takes a lot of courage to be kind, especially, you know, when we can live in a world that can be so unkind and people can be so mean. So it's not being like that, it's being kind. And when you're kind to other people, you're kind to yourself, your family, your friends, you set a good example. And that brings a whole lot of joy and gratitude. It certainly improves mental health, and it creates a positive change for yourself and your actual life. So changing yourself and changing your life is ultimately the same thing. You've got to change your habits. So if you wake up every day and you don't clean your apartment, that's going to affect your life. It's going to affect your self-esteem. But if you wake up every morning, I know it can be hard at times for all of us when you're having a bad day, or you're stressed, or you're anxious, or you're worried, or overwhelmed. But if you can still get yourself to do it, you're going to feel better. So character needs to be improved. You know, a lot of people focus on their hairline, someone else's hairline, someone else's looks, how someone speaks, what their height is, but very few people focus on character. Character is more important. Character is going to last longer. Looks fade over time, although you can maintain them through a diet and healthy eating, healthy living, and treating people well. Followers fade. Money comes and goes, but character is here to stay, obviously, until we die. So character needs to be worked on. Character is worked on through the way you treat other people, through daily discipline, through prayer, through meditation, through appreciation, through self-control, through not holding on to anger and resentment. All these things with self-control all play a part in you creating positive change. And I was working with a client recently, which was amazing. He's been doing my 1-year program, and one of the things that we were working on, which he's made massive progress, was controlling his anger. And I shared my story with him and said, look, because he asked me, he said, you know, Jonathan, can I ever get rid of this? And I said, you can, because I had the same and I changed, so you can change. And it's, you know, anger's a normal human emotion. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but if you displace anger onto others, you can destroy people and destroy your life. So it's learning to be slow to anger, learning to control it. And the more peace and love you've got, the more you practice living good and treating people well, the more your anger will be healed, or your anger will be converted into peace, into love, into patience, into, you know, more joy in your own heart. So you can't change your life if you don't change your anger. A lot of people are angry, and they're angry that they don't like their life, and they want to change their life, but they want to change their life by staying angry. And you can't stay angry and change your life. It doesn't work. It doesn't add up. So, you know, it's about taking personal responsibility and really being careful about where you get your information from. I always say to people, if someone gives you advice, where's it coming from? Is it coming from a good place? Is it coming from someone who is living what they're teaching? So if someone says to me, you should improve your diet, or this is how you do it, but if they're overweight and they're eating junk food every day and they don't have discipline, I'm not going to take their advice. because it's not honest. It's not truthful. I'm going to take advice from someone who eats a healthy diet, who's in shape, because they're living what they're saying, and they're truthful. Their words hold truth and their words hold weight. So it's very important that obviously no one's perfect, none of us are, but you've got to be truthful. If you're going to be successful and you want to inspire people, you've got to be living what you're teaching. You've got to be practicing what you're preaching, at least trying. So it really is about trying every day, and also being patient, because if you want to be successful and live a life of gratitude and peace and be a better person, then you've got to go through periods of being lonely, because I would say 95% of people are not going to change. They're not going to change because of the fear, because of they're not willing to go through the pain. It's very painful changing. When you come out the other side of change, it's so exciting, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, because it feels good and you're in peace. But the transition, the journey from saying, right, I don't like my life, I don't like my job, I don't like my relationships, I'm not happy with my financial situation, I don't like the way I treat people, for example, I don't like my health. To change that, you're going to have to go through massive pain, and that's the truth. But if you have a purpose, if you're committed and you really want to do it, then you can withstand that pain, which is temporary. It's not forever, thank God, but you're not going to change without facing pain. And I realized that quite quickly on my journey, that nobody escapes it. Nobody escapes having to face mental and emotional pain if they want to change. And if you don't change, you're going to be in pain anyway. So pick the pain that you want. Do you want the pain of living a life of unhappiness, which you don't have to? Or do you want the pain, temporary pain, of working through your anxieties, your issues, being accountable, being disciplined, going through the failures and the rejections and being successful? That's great, man. Just take one day at a time with the program. It's great that you're already doing it. I would encourage everybody, myself included, take your time. Change doesn't happen in one day, and changing yourself doesn't happen in one day. It's something that happens over time, but all we can do is one day at a time, which is great. So focus on one day at a time. And that's how I've changed my life on multiple occasions. Another really important thing as well, in regards to changing your life and changing yourself, in the midst of doing that, it's going to be challenging. So you have to find gratitude in each and every day. Let me explain to you if I can articulate it. 2 stages of my life where I was in a lot of pain. I was going through changes. I wanted to change my life. The first time was in my 20s, when I was experiencing suicidal thoughts, panic attacks, paranoia, mental health problems, and I was living on my own. And I really wanted to change. I was really frightened and terrified of the voices and the thoughts, and just scared of life, scared of everything. And I listened to a message from Les Brown after praying and begging God to help me. And in the midst of hearing that, I felt really excited about changing. But the journey of changing was very lonely for me at times, because I was changing everything and I felt like I was on my own. And to some degree I was. So every single day I had a goal and a dream, but I hadn't achieved the goals I wanted. So it was lonely at times, but I found something in each and every day to get me through the loneliness and the pain, and to find something. Now that something that I found was gratitude. I didn't understand it as gratitude back then. I was younger and I didn't understand it, but I found it. So I became successful a couple of years after. I met the girl of my dreams. She was amazing. She supported me. She meant everything to me. I got over my mental health issues. I set my own business up and I started to teach others, and I became financially free, moved in with my girlfriend. But then I had, a bit stiff here, got it straight. But then I had a mental health breakdown at age 34, and I thought my life was over. I was terrified, petrified. I didn't know what was happening to me. I was hearing voices, intrusive thoughts. I had to go on medication. And after praying, begging God, reading the Bible and just saying, I can't do this on my own. I don't know how I've got here. I've gone from being a successful, happy person to helping everyone else. And now my mental health's fallen apart. So that experience in hospital was amazing. But during the period of 2017 up until this present day now, 2023, I was on the road to changing again. I wanted to become a better person and change my teaching and share my story, my recovery. I wanted to come back to help other people, because it wasn't a motivation enough for me at the time to do it for myself, because I was sick and tired of living, if I'm being honest. I didn't want to take my own life, but I'd had enough. I was exhausted, burnt out, mentally unwell. But after praying, it gave me strength. After praying, I was so grateful in my heart. I was so determined to recover and be where I am now and share my story with people from all around the world, all different walks of life, and say you can come back from challenges. It doesn't have to be mental health. You asking me how much is the coffee here? I think the coffee is, I think it's between £6 and £7. It's worth it. So when I was on my road to recovery, my second chapter, I had to find something to get me through in each and every day, because I was in a lot of pain, as you can imagine. You know, even when you are recovering from mental health breakdown, you have great days, you have bad days, you have challenging days. So in the midst of waiting, because I couldn't work for several years, because obviously I was mentally unwell, I was on medication, and I was in a temporary accommodation. But during that time, I knew I was going to come back, because my faith, good people around me, and I set my goals. So every single day I had to find something to keep me going. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a contradiction in what I say, but it's true. Although I was going through a very difficult time, I was extremely happy in moments. I felt so free, because I was down and defeated. Who cares? No one cares. No one cared about me other than my family, my faith, good friends, but not that many people cared about me, and that's fine. Usually people don't care. That's the nature of people. That's the true nature until people change. And obviously people that love you care. So not that many people cared about me. But I felt free. I could appreciate watching Tyson Fury fight Deontay Wilder, having some snacks, having a hamburger. I had so much gratitude, even though I lost everything. I was happy just to be out of hospital and have accommodation. So I found that every day, and gratitude kept me going. It kept me going on days where I thought, I can't do this anymore. I'm struggling, or I don't, or I feel lonely or down. And I met the most amazing people eventually. I met some best friends I've ever met. That's gratitude. That's really what I want to teach today. If you want to change your life and change yourself, it would be encouraged to find gratitude in your own heart. If you've got gratitude in your own heart, anyone listening can achieve anything in their life pretty much. Lovely to see you, Frank. Jonathan, well done on the weight loss, looking ripped, man, like Rocky. Thank you, I appreciate that, man. I did it for all of you good people who supported me, and it's been great, man. It's what's made me happy is appreciating the whole journey, Frank, and the fact that it's inspired a lot of people. People have inspired me, looked after me, so I love it, man. And I love that people will love to get into training and improving their life for men and women, and just be able to do what we just done, have a moment of appreciation. How's the acting going, man? How's your course doing? Just come on this live stream. I really appreciate you coming. I'm having a great time today. I'm I'm a teacher and a mentor. My name's Jonathan O'Halloran, and today I'm mentoring you on teaching you how to change your life by changing yourself, how to change yourself by changing your life. And we've been going through that in the last 30 minutes, and I'm having a great time. I want to share a practice that I learned in my recovery, right? And see, do it if you feel like it. If you don't, that's fine. And it might feel a little bit awkward at first and a bit strange, but a lot of people recommend it. And that's simply, I'm going to stop. That's simply, every now and then in your day, like now, take a little time out and breathe and go through the nose. It feels so good to do that. We forget we've got permission to do it, and just relax and just work on being calm. My dad used to say, always fight fire with fire, which is probably why he got run out. That's interesting. So relaxing, I learnt this in my recovery and my journey with good friends, and it happens naturally, which is nice. And that is, a great secret for awesome. Yeah, just practicing self-tapes, a lot of reading, scripts, hard, but putting in the work. Next year I should book some jobs. That's amazing, man. I'm proud of you, man. You've stuck at that from when I first met you in person. When I first met you, man. And I want you to succeed, man. And to some degree you already are, but I want you to go bigger, because it's so sad. I've been mentoring people for 12 years, and so many people give up on their goals and dreams. And it's not because they're not good enough. It's not because they're not smart enough. It's because they're not disciplined enough. They don't stick to it. They don't stick to it enough, and they don't really go for it and have the right people around them. So you're doing great. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I'm feeling good. Oh, that's great, man. If you're an actor as well, that's great. Got 2 actors in the stream. It's really good. You guys and girls can converse with one another. I know it can. That's a great way of connecting. What are you guys and girls, who's your favourite actor? One of my favourite actors has got to be Denzel Washington. Absolutely, just 10 out of 10, It's just, love his movies. I love Denzel Washington. I love Daniel Day-Lewis. Many others. They're the 2 that come to mind. That's a good point. We're all actors, but some of us are playing ourselves, and that's what I try and teach people. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Do you mind me asking, Frank? Are you surrounding yourself around other actors as well? I'm sure that you are, but I find the obvious things are the most important things to focus on. You know, getting around the energy. I found on my journey, Frank, that when I got around people that were, you know, like me or were doing the same things, I become successful quicker, and we helped each other. You know, it's so, even if you're not asking it just happens naturally. When you're, you know, you become what you're around. If you want to be a great actor, then you've got to be around great actors. You've got to work on, you know, yourself and really immerse yourself in that. Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is a legend, isn't he? Amazing. Bill the Butcher, Gangs of New York. Don't make me do my Bill the Butcher impression. It's probably not as good as I think it is, but my brother says I do it really good. I usually send to friends on voice message. I don't know if I can do it now. I've got to get into the role. Yeah, who else is there? I loved Sylvester Stallone in the Rockies. I think his acting's underrated. Yeah, that's a good question. You know, people would say, what is good acting? I think good acting is like Denzel Washington, where it's like he's not acting, he's just being himself. He's being himself maybe through a role, but he's not trying hard, and it just has a beautiful energy. It's so genuine. And Daniel Day-Lewis is the same. It's like he's not trying to act. And I think there's a great lesson in that for all of us. And if you try to do anything too much, you end up, it doesn't flow, it doesn't feel right. Okay, back to success stories. So I want to tell a story about a transformation about my client, Phil. Phil is doing he's completed a 1-year program, and he paid for a second one because he got so much value and asked me. We've got a great relationship. So when I first met Phil about a year ago, that's amazing, I'm reading your question. Phil was studying at university to become a doctor, which is great. But he didn't want to do that for a living. It wasn't his passion. He wanted to be a teacher, do something like what I'm doing. He wanted to change people's lives. So Phil did my 1-year program to build his confidence up, get over his anxieties. And together, we worked together, and I helped him to build a successful business in less than 12 months. And now he's coaching people, and he's getting paid to do what he loves. The other day, 2 days ago, he got a £1,000 client on his 3-month program. He's had about 12 paid clients. He's doing events. He's changing people's lives. How did Phil do that? By applying everything I've been saying in this live stream. Phil worked on changing himself. He didn't blame anyone. He took responsibility. He got the mentorship. He invested in himself financially, mentally, emotionally. Now he's making money. He's going to make life-changing money, and he's helping other people. And he already was a kind person. He's kinder. He's more disciplined. He's changed his life. So, you know, how comes Phil's doing it and so many people are not? Well, Phil did all the things I said, invested in a mentor, financially, mentally, emotionally, took responsibility. He was already going gym when I met him. He's in good shape. He took up public speaking. He took up improvisation and just worked every day within our mentorship and in his own life. It changed his life. Yes, man, I'm a group of others, actors. They help me and give me good advice, support. So it's all about support, isn't it? Yeah, good acting's being truthful. You're absolutely right. There's a power when we're truthful. There's an energy that people unconsciously or consciously sense. We can sense when someone is being truthful. And the one thing that I've noticed that my clients who are committed, the character that they got to be successful is they're kind-natured, they're very giving, they're extremely committed, they're passionate about succeeding, they want to succeed more than they want to breathe, they're more scared of failing than they are of succeeding, and that's why they're successful, you know. And I wish I could say that everyone is, but not everybody's like that, and you can't force people to be committed. A teacher can't even do that. People have got to want it, they've got to be hungry, they've got to be committed, they've got to be passionate. So if you want to change your life and change yourself, you've got to have the passion to do it. You have to, because otherwise you're going to fall into the negativity. You're going to be influenced by negative opinions. So make sure you're getting your advice from people that are qualified, that are living it, that are breathing it, that are failing at it, that are getting back up again and again, and you'll be successful. And you'll help other people to do it. Patience is key. Every single day I learn that. If you want to be successful, you've got to be patient. You've got to learn how to not buy into the mind. When the mind says, why is it taking so long? Why has it not happened? How comes everybody else has got the results and I haven't got it? Recognize that conversation. Why is this always happening to me? Why am I suffering? It's not fair. Why has she got more? Why has he got more? How comes they've got it? I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. Recognize that conversation. Be very careful. That's not who you are. That's anxiety. That's the mind. That's other people's opinions. That's their story. Stay calm. Don't listen to it. Hear it. Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm not listening. Hear from your heart, not from your head. Success is living from the heart. Failure is living from the head. You've got to get out of your head. You've got to get it into your heart. Whether you want to be an actor, a teacher, a writer, a movie director, a speaker, a sportsman, an athlete, a boxer, a UFC fighter, an MMA fighter. I've got a gift to speak. I was born to speak. Growing up, I was told I wasn't good enough. People like us don't speak. I'm poor. I'm ashamed. I shouldn't do it. I was threatened. People said they were going to kill me. They were going to shoot me. They were going to stab me. They were going to rob me. But after being so frightened of other people putting me down or attacking me or killing me, I rose above the opinions of other people. I found my courage. I found my strength. I found out who I was. I discovered who I wasn't, who I didn't want to be. And I continue to speak and share my story. And I've been doing that now for 12 years and I love it. You're welcome, man. It's likewise. Think about this. I want to inspire people today. If you want to be successful more than you want to breathe, think about how you could help one person to change their life. That person would never forget you. And if you can help one person, you can help 1 million people. Do this for other people, not just for yourself. If you're just doing it for yourself, it's selfish, it's lonely, it's monotonous, it's boring, it's painful, it's agony. What's the point? It's difficult. When you want to change, you can do it for yourself. Of course, you've got to look after yourself. But when you want to make an impact on others, an extra strength will be added to you. How do I know that? Because I've done it and I've lived it. And I've struggled at it. And I've learned from people that are smarter than me. I was going to say better looking than me. That is up for debate. That's arguable. Could be. But I've learned from other people. Put your pride aside. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. I know everything about what I teach. But there's things I don't know about. Sometimes I don't know about what I teach. Just be humble, say that I don't know everything, I want to learn. If you open yourself up for learning, you're going to be a better person. Discipline yourself to not take advice from anyone who has anything negative to say. Unless you ask for their opinion and it's truthful and it's constructive and it can help your life, don't listen to them. That takes discipline. Discipline yourself to only say good things about people. If you can't say good things about people, then don't say anything at all. That is discipline, that is gratitude, that is confidence, self-respect, that is love, that is a warrior spirit. Try it, practice it. It definitely works for me. I learned from my mentors. If you don't have anything good to say about people, then don't say anything at all. Make sure you speak good about your friends. Make sure you speak good about yourself. Make sure you speak good about people. Watch your life transform. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to be kind in a world that can be unkind. It takes courage to be successful in a world that's always encouraging you to be defeated, to be down, to be broken, to be discouraged. You've got to rise above that through faith, through discipline, through kindness, through determination, through strength, through vulnerability, through wanting it more than you don't want it, through the right relationships, through being the kind of person that you would like to be, through treating people how you want to be treated. Unstoppable. If you can't do it on your own, there's no shame in that. I couldn't do it on my own. I said, I was honest about it. I can't do it, man. I can't cope. Mama can't do it. I'm too frightened. It's too overbearing. I need help. I prayed to God. The help came. Connection went there. You've got to have the courage to do the brave thing and say, I can't do all this on my own and I need some help. That's a strong person. That's a really strong human being, man or woman. That takes a lot of courage. Do you know how much courage it takes to say that I can't do all this on my own, that I need some assistance? That characteristic, you're already successful. Do you know how many people can't even say that? Do you know how many people can't even say the words to another person? Thank you, I appreciate you. Or even go deeper than that and actually tell someone and say, do you know what, I love you, you mean a lot to me, you mean everything to me. Most people can't do that. They can't do that because anger, resentment, holding on to the past. I did it. This is my story until I changed. So if you can't tell someone that means a lot to you, that you love them, then you know why you're not successful in your life. You know what needs to change. So the reason why a lot of people don't change because they're afraid of the emotions. Yeah. You know what, Frank? When I was going through my trials and tribulations, I made a promise that when I change and get successful, there's no place I can't go because I'm not better than anybody and nobody's better than me. And it's our birthright. God gives us a birthright that we should be able to go anywhere and be treated with respect and treat others the same. So being in a mental hospital in 2017 and finding gratitude makes it me. I have no fear coming into places like this. I come into places, I treat everyone with respect. I don't change. I don't change my personality, whether I'm on my council estate, I'm in the job centre, I'm in KFC, I'm in Cafe Royale now. It's a beautiful place. I'm in the mental hospital. And I've worked on that. That's taken me many years, and I'm grateful that I got to that point and anyone can do it. So environments are important, but we could be in a nice environment, but we're not in a good environment in ourselves. So we work on ourselves, we take responsibility, we get good inside here. Wherever we go, we take it. This coffee's kicking in. You inspire me, Frank. Working with another client at the moment is a lovely guy, James. He gave me permission to use his name. He's doing my one-year program. I didn't even expect it. I mentored him years ago, and he contacted me saying that I helped him, and he come to one of my free events, and then after the event he said to me, you know, can I do your one-year program? I didn't even know he wanted to do it, and we started working together. And he's a brave guy, you know. He's really doing well, you know. He's facing his anxieties, he's being accountable, he's trying each and every day, and I wanted to speak on his name and appreciate him. You know, he's changed my life, he's blessed my life. It's a two-way thing. I think it's important, Frank. You know, when I started on my journey, I knew it in my heart, but you know, sometimes you need to hear it from other people that are a bit more further than you or older or whatever. And Les Brown and all the greats, Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, they said, if you want to be successful, you've got to get around success for a period. And then to add to that, from my mentor Jeff, then you get to a stage where you don't need money. You don't need to be in nice places to feel valued. But that's a journey. That's a journey of growing and letting go. Well, I like your honesty. I really appreciate your honesty. I always say that to people. You know, you said you hate your job. I understand that. I've been there. But you're not sure if you can do any better. I appreciate that again. You're voicing your fears. Well done. And you wonder if this is your station in life. Now, as you're asking me, I'm going to tell you the truth. No, you can change it if you want. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. Can you do it? Yes, you can. But you've got to want to do it, and you've got to be committed. But yeah, I've been there. I've been there. Many years I did many jobs that I felt the same. I hated. Appreciate it. I'm going to keep sharing it, man. Keep sharing your story, Frank. As a matter of fact, everyone listening, everyone has a valuable story because everyone is valuable. Everybody should, in my opinion, if they feel it in their heart and it doesn't cause them any, you know, it doesn't go out the realms of breaking their own boundaries, they should share their story because someone needs to hear it. And need some. I could really do with a glass of water. You know what, guys? Just a second. I'm gonna just get some water. I'm a bit dehydrated, and we'll continue. Oh, thanks, guys. That's lovely. Yeah, the key to change is, it takes time. You've got to be patient. You're not going to just change your job in one day, but you can change your job in one day by committing to wanting to change. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. That's awesome. I'm going to start doing more videos on the channel, and I'm going to share my story at certain points with how I changed jobs that I didn't enjoy to help more people. I am doing it in my paid mentorship, but I want to help more people and explain to people that they can do it and how they can do it by sharing that story. And you guys have kind of confirmed that today. The advice I'd give you, Dandy, is you've got to take responsibility, because it's good that you're voicing how you feel, and that's great, and I help people to do that. But if you just keep voicing how you feel, then nothing's going to change. So make sure, guys, there is a balance, guys and girls. A message to all of us, myself included. I've learned this on my journey. If you're going to listen to anything on this stream, I please urge you and encourage you, listen to this one thing, and if you can, let it sink in your heart and put your pride aside. And I'm not talking down to you, I'm talking on your level with respect. You want me to help, you want to change, I'm going to give you this advice. I'm only going to give it once, because it's going to cost me a lot of energy, because I am tired enjoying this. Because if this has cost me my life nearly, millions of pounds worth of value. Listen up. Voicing what you're not happy about is important for mental health. It's good to get it out. I put it on as confession. But you need to be very careful that you're not becoming addicted to doing that, because it can become an addiction to say, I'm not happy in my job or my situation, and this is the reason why, and this is how I feel. That can become very tasty to the ego, and that's going to make you suffer. You have to take responsibility and go, what can I change from today? And I can tell you right now, you can change your apartment by cleaning it. Do the things that are so obvious, do them well, and your life will change. If you can wake up in the morning and make your bed and say, thank you. I'm not happy in my job right now. I might hate it. I don't enjoy it. But thank you. Just be thankful. You're going to be able to change your job because of the fact that you are actually changing your habits. You've got to change your habits. You've got to change the habits you're doing on a day-to-day basis. If not, nothing's going to change. And that's what I had to learn, and that's how I changed my job and become my own boss, and makes good money and works when I want and helps people, and anyone can do it, but you've got to put the work in. And no one else can do that for you, and get a mentor. So this is one of the challenges that everybody has till they change it, and I help my clients to get past it. You've got to get past that conversation of being a victim, saying what you're not happy about. You've got to change it. You know, I always say it, and I mean this well from my heart. If you don't like your job, people, you've got to change it. Otherwise, no one else is going to change it for you. But people don't always want to hear that because they go, oh, I don't want to face the pain in my life. Well, you have to. How are you going to change otherwise? I don't want to get uncomfortable. Well, you have to. I don't want to be lonely. Well, you have to. I don't want to risk not having an income. Well, you have to. You're not going to change it otherwise. So you have to be real. You can't just keep saying this, and this is not just to Dandy. This is to everyone. I hear this all the time. Now, if you don't want to hear what I've got to say, then don't listen. You've got to write and keep doing what you're doing and keep getting what you're getting. But I want you to change, because I went through hell and back to do what I'm doing to help people to change that want to change. Don't let anger win, because you're going to be angry of what I'm saying. You're angry at yourself, you're angry at me, you're angry at the world. But if you let anger win, then you're not going to change. Defeat anger with love. Defeat anger with gratitude. Defeat anger with being kind to people. That's how you defeat anger, and that's how you change your job. And do something that you love, that you're passionate about, that you wake up in the morning excited to do, and it makes a difference to other people. My client Phil done it. He invested in my 1-year program. He changed his job. He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy with his situation. He changed it in 6 months because he did the mentorship and worked hard. Now he's got his own business doing what he loves. He took the risk. You've got to take risk if you want a reward in life. And most people, the excuses they use, I can't. I need to do this job. The money. Well, money's your prisoner then. Money's controlling your mental health. You shouldn't worship money that much. If you value yourself and you value peace and joy, you would not stay in a job just for the money. And that's what I done. I know it can be done. I understand. I'm compassionate, but staying there doesn't help. I was doing a job, and I appreciated the job because it paid me a living. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the way I was being treated. And I had a book in my hand, and I was listening to Les Brown, and one day the manager was being nasty to me and bullying me and saying horrible things about everyone, and I didn't like it. And I said, you know what, I'm done, I'm quitting. And the voice in my head said, but what are you going to do, Jonathan? You're going to have no money. I don't care about the money. Screw the money. I'm not being treated like that. I want a better life. I'm willing to risk being homeless. I want this badly. I'm not being treated like this. But I appreciated the experience. I was working in a nice hotel, not too far from here, and I was being treated like trash. And I thought, it's my responsibility. I don't have to be here. Money's not controlling me. I'm out. I'm done. I said to the guy, I don't like the way you're treating people. He said, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm going to leave. Thank you. I left. I felt free. A year later, maybe a little bit quicker, I've become financially free. I met the girl of my dreams. Everyone said I was crazy. It wasn't possible for me. Everybody. I knew it was. I followed my heart. They were all wrong. I set my own business up. I was making more money, 10 times more money than what they were paying me, and I was happier, and I had the girl of my dreams, and we moved in together, and I was changing people's lives. I worked when I wanted to work. I went to the toilet when I wanted to go to the toilet, and I worked with who I wanted to work, and I charged what I wanted to charge. But I had to earn that. I had to be humble. I had to have the courage to take the risk when everyone was saying it's crazy. I had no savings. I had no rich parents. I had no savings in my account, just the month that they paid me. And that went on rent, food, and the money ran out. I didn't care because I never ran out of heart. I never ran out of guts. I never ran out of love. I wanted to be a better person, help people. And that's how I got to live my dream. You have to be grateful though. You have to be grateful to other people. You have to be grateful for the challenges. I'm grateful for that experience. That experience made me respect everybody, respect myself, and respect hard work. And sometimes you got to do jobs that you don't want to do because you have to learn in life how to be humble. And if you don't learn those lessons, then you won't be doing what you love and getting paid to do what you love. And you got to not care what people think. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. It's usually negative. It's unsolicited, and it's because they're jealous and they're resentful and miserable. When you don't care about what people think, but you care about people, it's no words. No words, just thank you, Lord. Thank you, God, for the criticism. I wouldn't be here without the criticism. Thank you for giving me the character and the strength to rise above the threats and the criticism of other people in order to bless the people that I'm meant to bless and forgive the people that have put harm on me or said nasty things, because they're in pain, they're suffering, and they're not in a good place. And I know what that's like. I've been there. I'm not there anymore, but I was once in that place. I understand. I don't agree with it, but I have compassion. And that's where prayer and forgiveness comes in. All these things, they're all truths. It's all how you be successful. It's possible. It's possible. Les Brown's right. You can live your dreams. It doesn't matter what your situation is. You could have no money in your account. I did it on no money in my account. People find that hard to believe because they see me now. They see where I'm at. That is the truth. The 2 times in my life I've become successful, I had no money in my bank account. I had no savings, no assets, no rich parents to help me out. Always had good family, and they never let me go hungry. And amazing what my mum and dad done for me. I had no money, but I had a goal, I had a dream, I had time, I had passion, and I put my heart and soul into it. Eventually the money came in. If you work hard and you're kind and you've got good intentions, and the money's going to come. A lot of the times on this platform, people will say, well, Jonathan, how do I make money, or how do I get better relationship? They're not listening. I'm teaching you right now, but you're not hearing it. You're hearing it from your ignorance. You're hearing it from your mind. You're judging me. You're judging yourself. You're coming at me with your book knowledge. You're not hearing it from your heart. If you listen with your heart and not with your mind, for the last hour, I've been teaching you how to be financially free. I'm teaching you how to build relationships. Everything pretty much. Most things, discipline, accountability, how to be a better person, how to quit a job, how to overcome bullying. It's all in this story. But if you don't listen because you're blocked and you're angry and you're judging me, judging yourself, and you're ignorant and you're not understanding, you're not going to get it right now. You have to suffer a little bit longer and wait a little bit longer. You have to get past your own ignorance. And my friend said a great thing. When people are giving advice or they're moaning, complaining, you have to ask the question, is your advice working for you right now? Because my advice is working for me. Every day I'm in gratitude. I'm grateful. Right now I'm grateful. And I'm living my goals and dreams that I set years ago and again. And I'm helping so many people, and they're helping me. And I don't take any of the credit for it. I give all the credit for God giving me the strength. So it's working for me. And the advice my parents gave me is working for me. But I don't listen to advice from negative people, because at the moment their advice is unsolicited. Is your advice working for you? Is your life right now? Are you happy in your life? Are you grateful? If the answer is no, then you're not getting it right. You've got to listen to someone that knows more than you, that is living it. You've got to put your pride aside. And that's the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. They learn that what they're doing isn't working, and the way they're thinking needs to change, and the way they're behaving needs to change. And that's when they listen to people that are getting it right, and then they get it right. It was the same for me when I first walked into the amateurs. I'd grown up watching boxing. I loved boxing, watching it with my dad, watching Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Nigel Benn, Steve Collins, Joe Calzaghe, Ricky Hatton, all of the obvious names, and the great Mexican fighters, Barrera, Morales, Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, all the Americans, all the fighters. But I didn't know how to fight. I thought I did. When I come into the gym, I came in with my ignorance, and I got humbled. I got told, you're doing it wrong. You're an idiot. What are you doing? I'm sorry. I need to learn. I need to humble myself and learn. Keep my hands up. Keep my chin down. Use the jab. And that's how you learn. You learn by listening to people that are smarter than you, that are living it. You don't learn by practicing what is not working for you. That just causes more pain. So in order to change, you've got to change the advice that you're giving yourself and what you're practicing and who you're getting the advice from. If you're getting the advice from your own anger, it's incorrect. If you're getting it from frustration, it's incorrect. If it's coming from hatred, it's incorrect. Any advice that's not coming from a place of love, kindness, genuinity, that's the right word, being genuine, it's not working, it's not correct. If it's not in people's best interest, it's not correct. If it's not honest, it's not right. If it's not true, it's not right. It's not going to work. It's been proven, tried and tested. The last thing I'm going to leave as we're coming to the end of the stream, if you want to change your life and you want to change yourself, you've got to give to people. You've got to help. You've got to help wherever you are. You can give right now. It doesn't cost any money to be kind. If you're not in the job that you don't want to be in, practice being kind to other people. You won't be in that job for much longer because your character, they'll fire you, they'll promote you. Your boss won't be able to be around you. If your boss is negative, making your life hell, you be 100 times kinder. If you're so kind, I said, we've got to get rid of this person. Why have we got to get rid of him? He's too honest, he's too kind. Can't be around him. You'll get promoted. You'll set your own business up. I promise you this works, but it takes courage. You've got to be kind, otherwise you're going to stay the way that you are. Message to everyone, myself included, a reminder. Success is kindness. If you're not being kind consistently to yourself and others, as far as I'm concerned, you're not successful. I was mentoring a multi-millionaire years ago. This is when I was younger. A nice man. I was in my late 20s, maybe 29, 30. He was in his 50s. He was a multi-millionaire. And I was working with him and I said to him, you know, your attitude stinks. Your attitude's bad. You're a good person. The way you speak to people is disgusting, if I'm being honest. You know, you talk to people and that's why you're not happy. And you know, and he understood that. And he had to start changing that. So, and he taught me great lessons, and it was a really kind man underneath. I got on well with him. But he had to change that because, you know, he was talking to people like they were trash because he felt like trash, even though he had millions of pounds. So it's not just about having millions of pounds, it's how you treat people. And if you're not treating people well, then it's no surprise that your life is going to be in turmoil. No, I'm not going to be doing a Christmas meetup. I'm going to be spending time with my family and friends, but I'm going to be doing a big paid live event end of January or February. If you're interested, I will be promoting it. It'll be a big event on how to change your life. So yeah, guys and girls, I'm going to end on that. All those lessons there. I really appreciate you coming on today. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for spending time. Thanks for learning, listening. And that's how you change your life, and that's how you change yourself. If anybody's interested in applying for my mentorship, my email address is below, all the details. You can send me an email. We can schedule a Zoom call, and I can see if you're right for my mentorship. I just want to make a point of saying that I only work with committed people that have got the right attitude. So if you've got the right attitude and you really want to learn and change your life, then we can speak and see if we can work together. Those of you that are not ready for mentorship, you've got all of the free videos online, all my teachings online, my story on this live stream, my videos, YouTube, Instagram and TikTok. I appreciate you coming on, and I'll see you on the next live stream. All right, so thank you for your time. Thanks for spending this time. I enjoyed it, and good luck.